Welcome to this LibreOffice Calc lesson on array formulas and functions. Array formulas can handle multiple values simultaneously. They can also return multiple results. When you enter an array formula into a cell, you use Shift, Control, Enter. Here's a simple example of an array formula. In these columns, I've got numbers. I'm going to multiply the numbers in each cell by 2 and have the results placed in the cells in column C and D. So in cell C1, I type equals, then I drag and highlight A1 to B3. I type times 2. Now I press Shift, Control, Enter. And there you are. 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 4 is 8, 2 times 5 is 10, and so on. You cannot edit an array formula like other formulas. If you double-click on a cell in the results area, you get an error message. It informs you cannot change only part of an array. The way you edit an array formula is to select the entire array result, C1 to D3 here. Then click in the input line and make your changes. I'll change it so the numbers are multiplied by 3. Then you must press Shift, Control, Enter. Notice after I entered the formula, the input line indicates an array formula by enclosing it with curly braces. The SUMPRODUCT function is an array function which can multiply elements of an array and return the sum of all the products. Here's an example. I've got in columns A and B numbers. I'm going to multiply each number in column A by the number in column B. Then the results will be added. In C1, I type equals SUMPRODUCT. Press Enter. Then select A1 to A3. Then a comma. Select B1 to B3. Press Enter. SUMPRODUCT returns one number, so it doesn't need to be entered with Shift, Control, Enter. And I've got 18, which is 2 times 2 plus 2 times 3 plus 2 times 4. SUMPRODUCT can also do multiple operations on one array and return the sum. For example, I can subtract each number in column A from the corresponding number in column B, then have the results added. Type into C1 equals SUMPRODUCT. Press Enter. Select B1 to B3. Type a minus. Then select A1 to A3. Press Enter. So the numbers in column A were subtracted from the numbers in column B, then added. The sum function can also do this, but you have to enter it as an array formula. I'll type equals sum, press Enter. Select B1 to B3, then type minus, select A1 to A3, then press Shift, Control, Enter. And there you are. Several other functions like min, max, and average work the same way. If they contain arrays in their parameters, you need to use Shift, Control, Enter. Here's a more practical demonstration. I have here a table of revenue and costs, and I want to get the total profit for the year. This will be the revenue minus the cost. So I can make an extra column and subtract each amount equals click C2 minus, then click B2, press Enter, click back in the cell, and double-click the fill handle. Then use the sum to get the total of that column, equals sum, press Enter, select D2 to D13, press Enter. But with SUMPRODUCT, you could get the total without making the extra column. In F3, type equals SUMPRODUCT, Enter. Then select C2 to C13, type a minus, select B2 to B13, press Enter, and there it is. You see it's the same. Now, to get the average the old way, I would type equals average, Enter, then select D2 to D13 and press Enter. I can also get the average without the extra column by inserting it as an array formula. I'll type in F5 equals average, press Enter. Then select C2 to C13. Type a minus, then select B2 to B13. The average function is not an array function, so for it to handle arrays, you have to press Shift, Control, Enter. And there's the average profit. So I don't need this column of totals at all. I'll get rid of it. There, gone forever. Another useful array function is the frequency function. With this, you can see how often values occur within a given limit. This is best demonstrated with an example. In column A here, I have values ranging from -2 to 33. I want to find out how many numbers are 10 and below, how many are between 11 and 20, how many are from 21 to 25, and how many are over 25. So here in column B, I put the limits I want to use, which are called classes in the function. 10 means 10 and below. 20 here means from 11 to 20. 11 is the first number after 10. Next is 25, which means 21 to 25. Anything above 25 will be in the next row of the result. Now for the formula. In C1, type equals frequency. Press Enter. For the data, I select A2 to A11, comma. Now the classes, which are the limits, select B2 to B4. This formula will be giving an array result, so you need to press Shift, Control, Enter. And here in C, you have the result. 4 numbers are 10 and below, 2 are between 11 and 20, 1 is between 21 and 25, and 3 are above 25. Frequency can be useful to find out how many sales totals fall between certain limits. In this table of sales, I want to see how many sales are below $5,000, how many are between $5,000 and $9,999.99, and how many are above $10,000. So this is how I set up the limits, or classes if you will. So in E2, I type equals frequency, press Enter. For data, I select B2 to B10, comma. For the classes, I select D2 to D3. Press Shift, Control, Enter, and there's the result. One more array function to show you, the transpose function, With this, you can rearrange a table so that the rows are columns and columns are rows. Here I have a small table. I'll transpose the table below. So I'll click in cell A6 and type equals, transpose, press enter. Now I select the entire table. This is an array function, so I'll need to press Shift, Control, Enter. And there's the table transposed. The dates need to be formatted, so select the date row and press Shift, Control, 3. Then select the values and press Shift, Control, 4 for currency. Then I'll add some borders by going to the Borders button, and I'll change it to all borders. Then I'll change the background for the field headers. You cannot edit any of the cells in the table. They're locked. If you try, you'll get the error message, "Cannot change only part of an array." You can change the values in the original table, and the change will be immediately reflected in the transposed table. I'll change this amount. And see, it changed below. A pivot table might be a better way to go in most situations. Well, that's it for this lesson on array functions. Thanks for watching.